Hello everyone, and welcome to a guide for getting horses in Medieval Dynasty. This video was requested by one of my commenters / subscribers, so thank you very much, Fari, for your request, and this video is for you. Now, getting a horse in Medieval Dynasty is not a simple task. It's one of the things that you do later on in the game, and let me explain to you why this is. First of all, if you have the game open, please hit T on your keyboard to open your technology tree, and I want you to go to farming, which is this item right here, farming technology. Now, every time you farm, you collect a certain amount of what you could consider farming experience points, and to be able to unlock later technologies in the farming lists, you need more and more technology points to do that. And unfortunately, as you can see, the horse stable is 2,000 farming technology points down the list. It's not the last thing down the list, it's in the middle, so it's not unlockable at the early stages of the game. But basically, if you want a horse and you want it fast, you're going to have to farm a lot. So that's something you got to keep in mind. You're going to have to spend the first few years building your farming technology points by farming, sowing, harvesting, and so on and so forth. So you just got to keep going with your farming until you unlock the stable, because you can purchase a horse. However, if you don't have a place for it to live, you won't be allowed to bring it to your village. So the first thing you need to unlock before any other considerations is the stable. Now, once you've unlocked the stable, you can head to Hornica. Hornica, which is at the bottom right of your map, is the only town that sells horses in the entire game. So right now, I'm going to head down to Hornica, and I'm going to show you where in Hornica the stables are located and how much it costs to purchase a horse. But please remember that you need a stable in your own village first before you can even consider purchasing a horse for yourself. Okay, we're right outside of Hornica, the village where you can buy horses in the game Medieval Dynasty. So once you enter Hornica, you're going to want to head to the back of the village, which is over this way. And this building right here with the fenced-in area is the stable. So let me show you where this is located on the map. So we're in Hornica, and we're in this section of Hornica over here. Now, if you head into the stables and you approach a horse, you have the option to buy them, and it indicates how many coin you need. And as you can see, they're quite expensive. So we have a filly, which is a young female horse, for 4,200 coin. Here we have a colt for the same, and an adult horse will cost even more at 8,400 coin for both the male and the female. So it's not a cheap prospect to purchase horses. You definitely can do it at the beginning stages of the game, but you have to basically gear all of your resources towards, and save all of your money just to be able to purchase a single horse. And then eventually, ideally, you'll have a male and a female horse so that they can reproduce, and then you can have your own fillies and colts, and you can sell them for money. The other thing that you're going to need, in addition to a stable and of course the horses, are food for them, which is here. This is called animal feed, and you can purchase animal feed from any animal vendor. You can also produce it yourself, made out of like oats and wheat and a variety of things like that. So For your horse, to be able to have a horse, not only do you need to buy the horse itself, but you also need animal feed, you need stables. So that means you need a farm with enough oats and grains and wheat and rye to be able to produce enough feed for your horses. The next things you're going to need to ride a horse is a saddle, and if you want to increase the horse's speed, you can also buy iron horseshoes, or you can craft these yourself if you have high enough levels in the sewing ability, and this would be at the smith. Saddlebags will increase how much your horse can carry. It varies. I mean, it's explained 3 kilograms it adds an extra 30 kilogram weight limit to your horse, so it basically doubles how much your horse can carry for regular saddlebags. And for large saddlebags, it's a significant chunk of weight that your horse can carry. If you want, you can also go in the settings and you can, switch to unlimited carry weight, in which case you don't have to worry about how much your horse can carry. So that's also an option. Basically, horses are or were much more useful than they currently are. They're still useful animals. However, with the introduction of the fast travel wagoneer, which was introduced not that long ago game-wise, and I'm going to run over so you can see who I'm talking about. This wagon guy right here with the green sign post. This guy will help you fast travel around the map. And so you just pay him money and he takes you to various locations. If you don't want to pay money, basically, you can ride your horse to, the various towns on the map, but it's not fast travel, it does take time. Now, this is one of my horses. I have several. She's a female. Her name is Eclipse. And as you can see right now, she's got horseshoes on. She's got a saddle. She does not have a saddlebag because I tend not to put anything in my horse's inventories. The reason I don't put anything in the inventory of my horses is that I swap horses fairly frequently just because I find it fun to ride them all. And let me just quickly show you how to put things in your horse's inventory. So what you're going to want to do is to open your inventory, which is I on your keyboard. And then you're going to choose whatever it is that you want to put in your horse's inventory, in which case it would be, something like horseshoes or a saddle or whatever you want to put in it. Now, where are they located? Maybe they're here? Yeah, here they are. So you would just select whatever it is that you want to transfer to your mount, and here is the option right here. So once you have a horse, or a donkey for that matter, you can select transfer to mount, and you basically hold down X and you can send these items to your horse's inventory. You can pretty much send anything to your mount's inventory, basically that you can use them as extra storage. If you want to see what your mount currently has in their inventory, you just click H and you can switch to your mount. This shows you that Eclipse, my mare, currently has a saddle and horseshoe, but no saddlebags equipped. And also here you can see that she has a saddle and a horseshoe and the condition of both, and so on and so forth. Now, if I wanted to take the horseshoes off of her, I press and hold X and transfer it to character. So let's do that. And let's take off the saddle as well, just to practice. So now you can see that she has nothing in her inventory. Let's switch back to our main character by holding down, or just tapping H, sorry. And then let's send back the horseshoes to Eclipse. So hold transfer to mount, which is hold down X. And I'm just going to send one. And the saddle as well, transfer to mount. And then we're going to switch to mount. And then what you're going to need to do, you can see that they're not currently equipped. You have to actually equip these. So you can equip by clicking the F key on your keyboard. And then once they're equipped, these little red circles will appear. And I'm unequipping them now, so you can see that little red circle appearing. That shows that they're equipped, and also you can see the saddle appearing on the horse image here. So basically you need a saddle to ride the horse, and iron horseshoes increase the distance your horse can run by reducing the amount of stamina it takes for your horse to sprint. Other factors that you should consider when having a mount is that they can be attacked. They can be attacked by aggressive animals, like especially wolves, and of course bandits can damage your horse as well. So please be careful when you're riding across your map. Make sure that you keep an eye out for where wolves are located on your map. And you want to try to avoid areas that have wolves, or at least ride pretty quickly through them, ideally, because you know your horse can get hurt. Definitely stay away from bears as well. So yeah, for example, there's wolves right here, so generally I wouldn't, I would go, if I were leaving Hornica and I want to go somewhere, I could go this way, which is safer because there aren't any wolves on this path. So rather than go this way, I could just go this way. So part of having a horse is navigating and trying to avoid paths that have wolves. So going down here and then going around this way rather than following up this way would be safer. Just be aware that your horse can take damage and fall damage as well. So if you go up to the top of a cliff and you fling yourself off with your horse, it's going to hurt the both of you, possibly kill you and your mount. Now, the other mounts that you can purchase are donkeys. And donkeys aren't as fast as horses, but they can carry a lot more. So let's go check out some donkeys. And to purchase donkeys, you're going to want to go to Tutki. Alright, here's Tutki. And for the donkeys, they're right at the beginning of Tutki here. And you can see some donkeys for sale. So here's a foal, as you can see, much cheaper, half the price of a filly, which is a female baby horse, at 2,100. And a full-size donkey is even less than half the price at 3,000 of a 8,400, I believe, or something like that price coin for the fully grown males and females, stallions and mares of horses. So donkeys are the cheaper option. Also, if you head back to that technology tree, you can see that a donkey shelter is only 5 steps up the farming technology ladder, which you can get for only 250 technology points. Whereas the stable is all the way up here at 2,000, so it's definitely more time consuming. So basically, think of donkeys as a cheaper and slower alternative to a horse. You can ride them, they're not as cool, but if you're looking for a mount, they're one of the ones that you can get more easily at the beginning stages of the game. Donkeys are the same. You put saddles on them and horseshoes, but they will never be as fast as a horse. However, they can carry more weight than a horse. I never purchased a donkey. I do not have a donkey stable or anything like that. I really wanted horses, so I just basically saved my coin and didn't bother with the intermediary step of the donkeys. Now, that's entirely up to you. I really think that with the fast travel option here, that you don't really need mounts that much anymore.
How's life treating you?
However, it's entirely up to you. Horses have 2 speeds. One speed is basically their run, or their trot, I guess you could call it, which is about this fast. Maybe zoom out so you get more of a sense. And then, just like you would do as for your character for just running or sprinting, you're gonna tap the shift key or hold down the shift key. Now I have my settings changed so that I don't have to hold down the shift key. I just need to tap it once to sprint and then tap it once again to run. So I'm going to show you how fast horses can sprint. So let's go back to just a run. Okay, and now I'm switching to sprint. So this is a sprinting speed. Now I'm going to hit a tree on purpose. Or I'm going to try to anyway. Come on. Doesn't seem to want to cause problems. But if you do hit something, you're going to fling yourself off the horse and fall. Yeah, generally trees seem to not be too bad, but you can definitely do it with fences and whatnot like that. And I think you can possibly hurt yourself. There we go. See, I just got myself flung off the horse. I did not hurt myself. And I did not hurt my horse. But it is kind of awkward when you fling yourself off your horse. Especially if you're trying to escape from wolves or bandits and you accidentally fling yourself off the horse. You know, then your horse might get attacked while you're recovering on the ground. So just be aware, especially to be careful with fences. You have to jump over them by pressing the space bar. There you go. So you can see that if you time it right, you can jump over most obstacles, but I mean not everything. Sorry, I hit this lamppost. But yeah, so your horse can jump by pressing the space bar, and you can jump over most fences and stuff. You just have to time it right, and it's not that difficult to get it done properly. You can walk through fence gates with your horse. It can be awkward sometimes if the gate is small, but you can do it. There we go. And I find controlling the horse, like I said, to be a little bit clunky, but you know that those are the basic controls. So just running and then sprinting by tapping or holding down shift. You can jump with the space bar over different obstacles. Oh, see there, I finally got a tree and we both fell down. Ha ha ha. There we go. So that's how basically controlling your horse works. You just use the arrow keys to turn, you use the shift key to run faster, and the spacebar key to jump. So yeah, the horses are a bit difficult to control in my opinion. So here we are at my stables. I have two of them, and this is one that has most of the different variety of horses. Now, I'm going to remove the horseshoes and the saddle from Eclipse so you can see what she looks like. So there aren't that many colors of horses in the game. There are only 3 colors. So the first one is black. They have little white socks at the bottom and a white blaze on their face. They have black manes and tails. So this is what a black horse would look like. The next type of color of horse is roan. And roan is like a reddish, brownish horse. They have black socks, white feet, a white blaze, and dark brown mane and tail. This is Secretariat, named after the very famous racehorse, Secretariat. and he is one of my stallions. And final solid colored option is gray. And this is what the gray horses look like. Their body is a kind of a bit lighter gray, trending down to a darker gray. They do not have white socks. And they have a darker mane and tail. The gray horses do not have a white blaze on their forehead, or their face, I guess. And this is Mist, who's also a stallion. Now, in addition to these three colors, black, roan, and gray, you can get horses that are kind of palomino, which means they're splotchy. They're half solid, and then on their rumps, so their butt area, they'll have white kind of splotchy colors on the back. It's also cute, but personally I'm much more partial to the solid colored horses. I wish there were more colors, but like white, for example, would have been nice, a completely white horse. I'm hoping that with the new game update we have, some new options. I have a little new filly here. I haven't given her a name yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep her because I have 4 roan horses. So I have many horses of this color. And I might just wait till she's grown and then sell her for money because I don't need. I think that's about it for horses. But let me show you how to make animal feed. So basically, when you want to make animal feed, you're going to need to do that in the barn. I may need to get some seeds. I'm not sure how much I have in my inventory, so please pardon me while I make sure I have all the things I need for that. So to make animal seeds, you're going to need like oats and wheat and rye and stuff. So I'm just going to take everything. I can't remember exactly what you need, but I'm just going to take a bunch of stuff. And yeah, hope that I've got the right stuff. Oat grain, here we go. I think that's what I need. I'm hoping I've got that correct. Yeah, no, not flax. Yeah, I think that's correct. Anyways, so we're gonna go to a barn. And you're gonna go in the barn to the workbench, hit craft, and animal feed. Oh, so you need straw, pardon me. I thought it was wheat grain, but it's actually just straw. So to make animal feed, you're gonna need oat grain, rye grain, and straw. Straw you can get from flax. I think you can also get from wheat. But you can also just collect straw from the reeds near the large rivers on the map. And yeah, so definitely while you're building up your farming technology, one of the things that you should do for your farming technology and to plant are oat grains and rye grains. So plant a bunch of fields of oat grains and rye grains to make sure you have a lot ready to make animal feed for all the animals that you're going to want in your village. Because every animal in this village eats the same animal feed. Doesn't matter if they're pigs or horses or whatever they are. They all consume animal feed. So basically having a lot of oat grains and rye grains and all that is extremely useful. Definitely plan ahead and try and make sure that you have all of that prepared and ready to go before you get any animals, especially the larger ones. Like I think for maybe geese or chicken or whatnot, it's not that difficult to keep them fed. But horses and the larger animals like cattle, cows and whatnot, they eat a fair amount. So just be aware, that you definitely need to prepare in advance for all of that. So here's my second stable, and you'll be able to see that I have a lot of roan horses here. So we have Ember, female, and we have Cayenne, male. So we have lots of roan horses, so I don't really need that filly. The animals will breed. There's a 20% chance that your horses will breed every year, I believe, or whenever they come into season. And the more male horses are in the stable with your female horse, the more likely that she will get pregnant. So as you can see, Cayenne is here. He's male and Ember's female, so she'll have a 20% chance of having a foal every year. But if I had another male, that would be a 40% chance, and then a third male might even go up to 60. So the more stallions you put in your sorry, I'm just thirsty, so let me increase my thirst here. The more stallions you put in with your mares, the higher the likelihood of them getting pregnant and then having a foal. So if you want your female horse, your mare, to have a baby, a foal, you're going to want to definitely stable her with a bunch of different stallions. That's the most effective way. The colors seem to be fairly random. I've had 2 roan horses produce a palomino horse, like a black and white splotchy horse. It doesn't seem to follow any kind of rule. I was really hoping that maybe, a black horse and a black horse would produce only black horses, but that doesn't seem the case. Now, the next thing that you can do as a trick, if you are quite wealthy and you want a specific colored horse, is that you go to Hornica, where they sell the horses, if you recall at the beginning of this video, and you buy all the horses out of that stable. All the colors you don't like. Just buy them and sell them. You're going to take a loss, and then you're going to wait a season or even a year. I'm not exactly sure how long it'll take to replenish, but probably a season. And then you go back, and then they're going to have new horses there with different colors. So you basically buy them out, wait, then go back, see if the color you want is there. If it's not, you buy them out again, sell the horses, and go back. And that's how you can eventually, through a tedious process of kind of not trial and error, but of buying and selling, you can get all the colors that you want. I was fairly lucky in that the first time I went to Hornica to buy horses, there were 2 solid colors. There's the black Eclipse was the first horse I bought, and Mist, the gray one. So those were already there in the stables, so I was quite lucky. But it can take a lot of time to get the horses you want, or the colors you want. But, it's entirely up to you what your preferences are. I think buying and selling horses is fairly expensive, so saving money and, having a lot of money is key. There isn't really much else to say on the topic. If you have any questions, or something I haven't answered, or anything else you'd like to know, please just let me know. I am happy to make videos on any subject that any of you guys are curious about. I hope this helps, and just to quickly summarize what you need to do to get a horse. You need to, firstly, increase your farming technology so that you unlock stables. While you're doing that, you should be growing oats and rye, because you're going to need that to make animal feed later on in the game to be able to feed your horses. And simultaneously, while you are unlocking this farming technology through hoeing and sowing and harvesting, you're going to need to be making a lot of money. To purchase a filly is 4,000 something coin, and to purchase a full-grown horse is 8,000 something coin. So it's a time-consuming and expensive process. That's basically the steps you need. After that, you're just going to need a saddle, which you can purchase from merchants or make yourself, and some iron horseshoes are optional. They will increase the stamina of your horse. I hope that's been helpful for you guys, and I'll see you in the next guide.